Welcome to Snaccidents! Hey, you might be asking yourself, what's a Snaccident?
Have you been out with friends and accidentally eaten all the appetizers for the table?
Have you sat on the couch for your favourite show and eaten a whole can of Pringles after only the first episode?
Have you gone up for your third plate at the family barbecue when everyone else is still in their first?
Then you, my friends, have had a Snaccident.
But that's okay. We're not here to judge, we're here to help.
By judging.
We accept this dark, dark hunger that lives in every one of us, but we're here to offer you better quality Snaccidents through careful consideration and cutthroat democracy.
Each episode, we bring snacks that we love in a head-to-head battle, an ultimate Snacc-down, where we taste and score each other's snacks and vote on the final Snack Champ.
At the end of each episode, the final
Snack Champ
will go on to fight the winner of the next episode and become our version of a Snack Highlander, or as we like to call it,
Snacklander. Now, what snacks qualify as competitors?
These can be any food or drink item easily attainable. We want to keep it simple and accessible so you can join in the fun at home.
Now, these can be snacks that need small amounts of preparation such as cooking, microwaving, or boiling, but they must consist of the product and just that.
Exactly. Now, with that out of the way, let's introduce ourselves as your guides and experts.
I'm Charlie, your limited edition snack addict.
And I'm Sam, your amateur chocolatier. And now, a quick message from our sponsor. Cacolo Treats is an online luxury confectionery business based in Wiltshire.
Born in the midst of the lockdown, their mission is to spread positivity, motivation, and happiness through everyone's favourite snack. Chocolate!
And you'll hear more from them later on. So, the theme this episode is...
Healthy snacks!
And to help us weigh in on this topic again, we have one of our favourite guests so far, and our only guest so far, Rebecca Sutton, avid cyclist and graphic designer.
Hey!
So, can you share a memorable snack with us once more?
Again, a lot of mine are very pre-planned in a way, but
I guess
remember...
that speaks to your more healthier, outgoing lifestyle of
they're
not
cheat
just
meals.
binging.
Yeah, cheat meals.
I mean, if you could see inside this room, there's me and Sam looking a bit podgy, honestly, and Becky is the site of physical fitness.
Yeah, exactly. We thought in honour of Becky's commitment to fitness, this would be, again, a healthy snacks episode to celebrate the people that we have on as guests and things that they're really into. Without further ado, Becky, what have you been up to at the minute?
Inktober is coming up, kind of. Well, actually, it's now. I'm already a day behind. So I should be doing drawings for that every day. I sort of completely forgot it was actually October until like this second. So
that's okay, because this isn't necessarily when the episode's going to come out, so it could be any time.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I'm well up to date with all the Inktober stuff, and I'll be posting that on my Instagram for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm sure you can tell us later where we can find it again. Charles, how about you?
I've been doing some Warhammer recently. A new game called Kill Team came out, and I've been trying to keep up with painting my models, because I've got thousands of them. I buy them faster than I can paint them, but I really want to put a good team together and get them nicely finished.
Nice.
What about you, Sam?
I've had less of a good time recently, as I'm sure many of you at home have been trying to do in the last year or so, build a sick new gaming rig. Oh, chunky, beefy as hell, a real powerhouse. It's more a case of just being able to find the parts at all, because, again, huge chip shortage, graphics cards, processors, all that kind of thing. I just can't find the parts, man. It sucks. But never mind. Anyway, on with the show.
So now we'll each get the chance to fight our case for the snacks we've brought and why we love them.
Becky, would you like to go first?
So, I have brought some Naked Cocoa Orange bars, which are a raw fruit and nut whole food bar. So their claim to being healthy is obviously that they contain just fruit and nut and not any added sugar. You know, all that good fibre and things that you get in real fruits. I found them, I think, through my kind of vegetarian, vegan kind of days, and they've stuck with me because they're quite handy for cycling. You get a nice chocolate hit without actually containing chocolate that obviously will melt in your pocket if you're cycling with them. So yeah, they're a real nice flavour, which is obviously a boon as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely helps. There's a lot of healthy stuff I could be eating which I wouldn't.
I think
for that exact reason.
They're probably the only contender here that can claim to be one of your 5 a day.
That's what the box says.
That's what the
I
box
mean, mine's
says.
technically mushrooms.
A time.
Yeah, long ago. I mean, they look... The problem for me is they look very well packaged, which I find sometimes is maybe to cover up a lack of something. But I don't know, I mean, I've got an open mind. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, I want all the snacks that we try to be good, so I then have a new cool thing that I know and I enjoy.
I myself have looked at the ingredients on the back of the box, and they're all things that I would hate to put in my mouth. So I'm really hoping that this one's going to surprise me, and maybe I'll become a healthier snacker because of it.
I mean, hopefully, but I guess we'll find out.
Prepare to be wowed. On this episode, I have brought a Fiber One 90-calorie triple chocolate cake bar.
That's quite a long name.
It's a long name. This is something that I've tried recently. I went into Aldi and I got these salted caramel similar bars from there. And since then, I've just been going to each of the shops and trying their own versions of it. And I stumbled across this one, which is probably my favourite. It's got a moist, gooey cake centre, which is quite delicious by itself. Semi-dark chocolate coating, which means it's not too sweet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of dark chocolate.
on top of it, it's got underneath the chocolate, it's got a rich chocolate fondant. Brings about a tantalizing trifecta of flavors and textures. It's really quite special. You've got these crunchy balls on the top, which honestly I could give or take. I'm sure lots of people will be into them, but I've just now eaten one, and it only had 2 balls on the top. I was very happy. It's packed with fibre, which means it's a good morning snack if your coffee hasn't done it for you.
Keeps you busy.
Keeps you busy. And they're only, as it says in the name, they're only 90 calories, which means you can eat one without feeling dirty. And also, for just 360 calories, you could eat a whole box of them. And that's not that much.
That's not too bad.
It's good Snaccident material.
I'm going to say right now, I don't really know a lot about calories, but that sounds good.
So, an average man, 2,500 a day is an alright amount?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you could have... you could have 20 of them almost, maybe.
Well,
Get an educational.
over 25.
Yeah, I'm not known for my
Wow.
math.
No. Not good math.
That's what I'm bringing to the table. Sam, what have you got?
Okay, so what I brought today are the classic corn nugs, or corn nuggets to the layperson, but sure. Okay, here's the thing. I was a vegetarian for pretty much over a decade, and I love these. But now as a non-vegetarian, and still years later, I love them. We do our best not to swear, but oh man, meat or no meat, they're the best nugs money can buy. But I'm going to use this time to get on my soapbox of food politics and say that every vegetarian, vegan, plant-based anything pales in comparison to these. More importantly, I can't understand why so many fast food places have taken what seems like a millennia to offer meat-free versions of their menu items, but most of them just aren't that great and seem to have wasted so much time and money on dumb names and marketing instead of just using these incredible little nugs. Sure, the Impossible Burgers are pretty good, but these have been around for years and years. There's no excuse for the lack of places I can go and buy these dream nugs, hot and ready on a night out or a day trip or wherever. Because I'm sure whoever did this would be a goddamn millionaire.
I mean, I bought these nugs to the cinema before. From home.
Yeah, I've snuck nugs into a couple places.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
You just got some foil in your pocket, bring a couple nugs along.
Definitely don't look like a heroin addict, but yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm just going to finish by saying the other reason these are so special to me is, myself and Charles had a UFC tradition of betting spicy corn nugs. Each fight we choose who we thought was going to win, and the loser would have to eat the spicy nug with the infamous Last Dab hot sauce. Shout out to the Hot Ones YouTube channel, fantastic show. I could chow down on these bad boys all day, and I'm sure they might not be as healthy as like my opponent's snacks, but honestly, they're probably the healthiest thing I eat. So I mean, do with that what as you may.
It's to be honest, it's almost hurting my feelings. Sitting here looking at them getting cold as we talk.
All right. Well, with that in mind, any final thoughts, honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, like I said, the salted caramel version of the Fiber One bar from Aldi, very nice. Other healthy snacks is quite a broad kind of category. I've been eating chickpeas, oven baked chickpeas, but they have, you have to season them right and stuff like that. It didn't fit into the category for this show, so I had to leave those behind.
That's fair enough. I mean, again, in honor of Becky, I wanted to do healthy snacks, but I think for me, especially, it's kind of slipped into more of a healthier snacks, an alternative, perhaps.
Not poison for you. Not
purple poison.
Yeah.
Or perhaps in your cases, the manufacturers told me they were healthy and they marketed it well.
Some very good marketing indeed. A lot of good corn adverts.
Yeah.
I will say, to be honest, in terms of honourable mentions, I don't have any of the snacks to put forth for this because I think this is just head and shoulders above the rest. But my honourable mention will be to Charles, who every time we have these, no matter what, and I think we all know these people that for whatever reason, even if it's, again, just a predetermined snack product and they cook it like soup noodles or whatever, they just seem to do it better than everyone else. And I just like to champion Charles as my favourite nug cooker. He just does it right.
I do it right because I follow my instructions and my heart.
You just gotta believe in the heart of the cards.
Yeah.
Heart of the nugs.
Can we eat these nugs?
I think with that in mind, sure. Let's move on to the next stage, round 2, where we're gonna each try the snacks and then give it a score.
I'm gonna try your snack first. But first, snack facts. Did you know the secret ingredient of the Mars bar after all this time is in fact just ground up Mars bars?
That sucks. That's fairly anticlimactic, but yeah.
No, I don't get it.
It's
though.
weird.
What do you mean?
They literally just grind up Mars bars that come off the line and put them into like the fondant.
No, but it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't get.
It's the chicken or the egg thing, but it's Mars bars.
No. Okay, so but how did they get the first middle bit if they hadn't made?
I would have to assume they just changed. I guarantee they just changed the recipe after some time, right? And then started using ground up Mars bars.
The middle bit. There is no way that could be created by chocolate and caramel.
No,
mixing chocolate and caramel together does not make that middle bit.
Right, they already have the fondant.
Yeah.
Right. So they're happy with the fondant. And they go, that's the fondant for the thing. Then they grind up Mars bars into the fondant.
But, okay, so they made the fondant first, which means after the first Mars bar, every other bar becomes less and less fondant and more Mars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's ratios they work to make sure that's like, it doesn't just become solid Mars bar.
I don't like this snack fact.
It's fairly offensive in a way.
Strike this from the record.
Like, unsettling, yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
Well, did you know Cheetos come in over 50 flavours ranging from fizzy Pepsi, strawberry, and even peanut butter?
This is a bad week for snack facts.
They all sound really, really gross.
I've never tried Cheetos.
Cheetos.
I don't know how.
I mean, I know Doritos did that like whole Mountain Dew flavour thing, which I can't imagine was very good. But like fizzy Pepsi. I can't think of strawberry potato anything as being like...
No, this is a sad snack fact.
This is a sad snack fact. Sorry, guys.
Sorry for letting you guys down.
Let's get back to the show.
Yeah.
That's...
Snack facts! So, they smell like baked crispy goodness, which I like.
There's nothing better.
So you've done a good job of cooking them here, Sam. They're crispy. Sometimes what you get with these nuggets, if you don't cook them right, they can be a bit slimy.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
Mushroom slime.
As good as these nuggets are, there is always the opportunity with this kind of prep to just mess the snack up. Like you can do them dirty. You can do them real bad.
I will say without a condiment on the side. They can be somewhat dry. This in my book is not right without mayonnaise.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whenever I snack down on these bad boys, like, I do always have something to dip them in. Like, regardless.
I will say as well as that, me and Becky have both brought sweet treats. Even though they are healthy, I can imagine, like, these are nice and moreish, but just in the moment, I think I'm going to go for some sugar over...
Oh, no!
Over a savoury.
But my last snack did so bad.
And so begins the tradition of shitting on all of Snaccidents.
That is unfortunate. Becky, what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny because when you brought them in and they smelled so good, I was like, yes, can't wait to get in there. And the first one was really, really good. Really nice, had the crispiness and everything. But I have to say, it's been a while since I had any, and I don't know, I'm finding it a bit bland. A bit...
Oh, no.
That's where the mayonnaise comes in, baby.
Well, yeah, but then, like, them on their own, maybe it's just because since I've had these, I've had a few other, like, veggie burger type things, and they've just had a lot more, like, flavour and texture and interesting things to them.
You do have some, like, say you've got, like, a Linda McCartney sausage that is flavoured with some things. It does obviously have more flavour than a chicken nugget, but chicken nuggets traditionally don't have a lot of flavour.
They don't have a lot of chicken either.
It's a vessel for your condiments, your delicious condiments, but they absolutely shit on any actual chicken nuggets, without a doubt.
Rather than a packet of crisps. But
That's quite a low bar.
Oh, yeah.
no, just thinking of a savoury snack, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of what, like one of those baked healthy crisps?
No, just like any crisp, you
Okay.
know? But
I mean, at least I didn't get the tag of, like, chemical or artificial with these.
No.
So better than last time, I guess.
They're pretty tasty, but I think you definitely need something to go with them to make them pop off.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
But if
I'm
you like
still gonna eat some more.
you know, if you like batter, then perfect.
Just trying Becky's choice, which was the naked coca orange bar. Charles, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so just out the gate, it smells really nice.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. It smells good.
Just judging by the ingredients, which I thought I would just like
Loathe.
if these ingredients were given to me separately, I would gag and throw up eating them.
You just throw them away.
But actually, I would eat one of these bars.
Okay.
I don't like, it's definitely not my favourite thing to eat. The texture is more, it's more fruity and nutty. It's a real texture rather than like cake.
I mean, honestly, I find the texture challenging. It's one of those things where it's kind of claggy in a way that, like, sometimes can be nice with, like, quite rich desserts, but this is not that. And it's claggy and then turns into these little bits that stick between your teeth. And I'm just really not... I'm struggling to find a positive about this, but the texture is not something I've enjoyed. And visually, not the most appealing thing ever. I will say the taste, I quite like the taste. I like the fact that it's not too sweet. I like the fact it actually has what tastes like real orange flavouring as opposed to just like some oil or syrup nonsense. I think the majority of orange chocolate stuff.
It's a tricky one because I was, you could kind of go down the cheaty, healthy version where it's like of something where it's like, oh, it's healthy because it's a small thing.
Or because it's less than
it's
this other
actually
thing.
healthy, but if it's actually healthy, then it's quite often made of things that people aren't used to eating. And then that's where they go, oh, that's a bit weird because it's not just sugar and cake and flour.
New thing.
But,
I mean,
interesting to try things.
I was surprised by it. I'm not going to say that I like it more than corn nuggets or the cake. It had a kind of raisiny flavour that I didn't mind. Normally, raisins, I absolutely hate them. But it was quite mild. It was sweet, and I'm sure it's a hell of a lot healthier than the other.
I will say this is something that I can see myself eating more of if I was deliberately trying to eat healthier. And I think I definitely feel less sickly having eaten this than, like, I assume, like, probably the nugs. And I guess a lot of the other, like, healthy stuff I've tried, it's either too dry or it's just a bunch of things just, like, glued together with, like, some bad caramel or something. And this isn't really that. It has a nice, subtle taste as opposed to, like, just a punch of something almost sugar but not quite, or again...
or artificial,
too
like,
much
sweetness, which
exactly.
is always a bit...
So, yeah, I think it has merit for me, but again, it's not something I'm crazy about right now. Right. Trying Charlie's, what was it? Fiber #1 triple chocolate cake bar. Did I miss anything? 90 calories. Oh,
That's very important.
And you can taste so few calories in the level of moisture, I think, in the bar, to be honest. It appeals to me more because it has that sort of like slightly, that tiny sort of bitterness that you get in the dark chocolate that just draws back a tiny bit from being too sweet, which I love, but it's just kind of dry. That's my only complaint. I find it kind of dry. The bottom half in particular is just a bit dry.
Yeah, the top's quite sticky and gooey, but then the bottom's a bit like...
I will say as well, looking at the difference between mine and Becky's visually, I seem to have got shortchanged somewhat in the presentation, because Becky's is covered in balls and mine's got very few.
Are you a big fan of balls?
I mean, I feel like I'm missing out. Yeah, I mean, as well as that...
I think all the flavour kind of comes through the chocolate outer bit and the kind of ganache kind of stuff.
That bit right on top. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just finding it kind of underwhelming, to be honest.
It feels a bit like you can tell that it's pretending to be chocolate.
Exactly. It's exactly what the Naked Bar wasn't, where it's like, if we just dip it in the thinnest layer of chocolate possible and make it as dry as
Oh my god, I wasn't I was expecting you guys to be wowed by how amazing it is.
I
think the problem was I was really hoping it was going to be better. I had higher expectations.
When you get the nice picture on the front and you're like, oh, look at that cake, and then you try it, and it's quite nice. I've had other flavours of them and that, and I have to say I've had the carrot cake one, which I really, really liked because it's got a really nice spiciness to it. But it is nice, but maybe I just prefer to have an actual chocolate bar.
Yeah, I mean, I would just prefer to have few of something real than a lot of something fake. Because I find the outside of it is kind of claggy as well, because it has these like caramel balls and stuff on there as well. Not particularly great.
I enjoy the clagginess. It's very fibrous.
Yeah, I think so. Becky, any final thoughts?
I think, if the cake bit was a little bit, just had a bit more to it somehow, a bit more flavour or something, it would be a lot nicer, but it is, I still like it.
It makes me, when I taste it in my mouth and I get that texture of the dryness, it makes me think of the Fantastic June trailer where they're on a raft covered in
my
sand.
Gosh. It's
so dry.
I feel as that for me, it almost has like a kind of brownie texture, like feeling to it.
I will say, to be honest, the bar itself is not that dry. It's just a lot drier than I expect. And I think that's somewhat...
I guess it stops you from eating it so quickly so that you feel like you actually
it's taking out the razzle-dazzle.
I like to
packet implied.
I like to keep it in my mouth and suck it. I add the moisture myself through my saliva.
I think from the colour palette they chose for the Naked Bars, it was underwhelming to begin with and then sort of over-delivered a bit more than was deliberately. Whereas I think it's the opposite for the cake bar, unfortunately, where I thought it was going to be a lot more moist. Like a devil's food cake or some sort of like pre-made cake thing.
Well, it is a health food bar.
It is a health thing. Right. Right, so I think this is time for our final thoughts on the new snacks before we move on to voting.
Without a doubt, obviously, the healthiest snack is the Naked Bar.
I think I would have to agree with you on that.
In terms of voting, though, I'm going to vote on what I think the most snackable treat is here.
Yeah, what you're most likely to actually have snacks with. And I think for me, there's probably one clear winner as well. I will say, in defense of the others, they're probably things that you should eat more of if you're gonna have snacks with anything. But that said, I associate with Naked, I think, just mainly things that are healthy for you, whereas when I think of the Fibre One people, I just think of like old people cereal. Mostly bran fibre.
My view on what I've brought has been changed by the meanness of everyone's comments. Shall we vote?
I will say the one thing that I will admit that I don't think the Nugs have delivered on is that to prove that I'm an OG, I've been eating these for a long time, there was a time when they would sell these specifically in bags of 18, and the amount of times I had bags of 17 or 16, it's just not fair.
The bags are a lot smaller now, and the same price.
Smaller. Yeah,
so
that would be
there's that.
A negative. But
Nug shortage.
But you bought them, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly right. Ready for votes?
Yep.
Fantastic. Alright guys, it's time for the all-important third round where we vote for this episode's
Snack Jam!
Let's go round one at a time. Charlie, what is your vote?
I have voted for corn nuggets.
Yes. Okay.
I just want to clarify. This would not be the deal normally because they need mayonnaise on them. But I do often carry mayonnaise around in my bag. I normally have mayonnaise with me at all times, so it's fine.
Anyway,
Okay.
Becky, how about you?
I went for my naked bars. I feel like I like the corn nugs. It was really close, but I don't think I could really eat many of them without A, it becoming too dry, and B, becoming a bit like boring.
I'll share my mayonnaise with you.
Oh.
And the other bar, the fiber one thing, I think I'd rather have some real cake.
I don't think I'll be buying it again.
Yeah, I agree with Becky on
You
that.
guys have talked me out of the bar.
It's a shame because I'm sure they're way better for you than nugs. But yeah, I'll take it. All right, well, I guess it's time for my final vote. I mean, it was really not very hard. I already had my favourite thing down before I tried the others, and then I tried them and it did not change. It is, of course, corn nugs. Absolutely love them. My favourite. Nothing more to say, really.
It's an easy win.
It's an easy win. I'm very happy, and it feels like I've redeemed myself from the last time where you guys just slammed my choice for what seemed like the entire episode.
I mean, I slammed your choice a little, but it was for very specific things rather than
Yeah, you gotta be honest. That's
Yeah.
it. Stand in your truth.
Say what you mean what you say.
Couldn't agree more. So, that means this episode's winner is, in fact, corn nugs. So, what was it that sealed the deal for you guys?
I mean, I've always loved corn nuggets. I've been eating them for years. They're a great vessel for mayonnaise. As a Snaccident victim, I'm a sugar addict, and I think that probably negates from good, healthy food. Trying to pit, I don't know, some kind of, fruit sugary thing up against a real fruit. There's not really much of a contest.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah, when you are so very, very addicted to sugar.
I mean, I agree. I would love to say, though, at some point I'd like to get a t-shirt made for you that just says "Vehicle for Mayonnaise." Sure. I mean, yeah. For me, I do like a good ketchup or like a lemon mayo or something like that with my nugs, but I don't need it to enjoy, really. So, I mean, I think overall for me, it's still by far, like I said before, the superior vegan, vegetarian, meat-free snack around. That's it. No holes barred. It's the winner. Anything the others could have done to maybe bump them up the scoreboard for you?
I think if the cake bar was like bigger,
I think that would have helped. I did feel, again, kind of shortchanged, not just by the toppings, but like the amount of bar.
I mean, I think the size is where its healthiness comes from. It's like you could consider meth healthy if you only have a little crumb of it.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
It's like those Nutella jars where it has like that giant dome underneath to sort of make you think there's more in the jar and there's less, and they can just put on the back like, oh,
It's got nuts in it.
It's got nuts in it.
and a glass of milk. Ooh.
Right, well, now that's been decided, we now have this episode's snack champ, of course, corn nugs, and will now go up against the last winner and current reigning Snacklander, Dr. Pepper, in the ultimate Snacc-down. Are we ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Perfect.
My body is ready.
Becky, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I would probably go for the corn nugs, actually, just because in terms of a snack, I would rather just eat a snack rather than drink a snack. And I think a corn nug would be a lot more filling and, satisfying as a snack.
Fair enough. I think drinks are going to have a bit of a harder time on the show
They're gonna have a tough time.
than some of the food-based ones. But yeah, fair enough. Charles, how about you?
I mean, I can chew a corn nug. I can't chew a drink. Like
if
Becky
you found the
said,
real
it
Dr.
fills me
Pepper,
up.
maybe you could.
He wouldn't taste good.
He's probably like jerky now. I mean, this was 1885.
Dust.
Dusty.
But no, honestly, there is absolutely no competition for me. I'm sure maybe there would be a drink out there that could beat a snack for me, but
good chewy drink.
This is not the one.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, again, for me, I love both these things. Dr. Pepper, I could drink that all day, but
You'd have no teeth.
I'd have no teeth. And again, the nugs, they're just that little bit more special. They have that special place in my heart from the UFC. Spicy nugs. And just the years and years and years of having like terrible options going out to eat anywhere, and it would just be minced up vegetables that was overly spiced. And it's like, oh, everyone likes spicy food, right? Like, no. That's weirdly not the case.
The flavour palette I choose is burning.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's got to be corn nugs as well. So,
A new Snacklander has been crowned. There can be only one.
And so we'd like to thank our sponsors once more for supporting the show. Cocolo Treats, an online luxury confectionery brand based in Wiltshire.
They sell a variety of confectionery goods including handmade chocolate bars, creamy fudge, and pick and mix sweets, as well as specialty coffee and tea.
They have a wide selection of gifts that are perfect for everyone, especially with Christmas coming up. So head to www.cocolotreats.com to browse their full collection. Thanks again. Right, well, we'd like to thank our special guest for joining us. Is there anything you're up to at the moment you'd like to share?
Mostly my sort of drawing side of things, trying to keep up with Inktober, or catch up with, depending on how well that's gone.
When the podcast comes out.
We'll see. And I'll probably be putting that on my Instagram page, which is our Sutton design. And there'll probably be the link below, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Very fancy this time. Less
smuttery.
Less smuttery than the last name. But yeah, that's fantastic.
You could also check out your red bubble though, right?
Good point, yes. It's also, I think it's called Becky Sutton. It's a very exciting name. But again, there'll be a link.
Well, I do hope you all check it out. And there, of course, will be a link underneath to find all of Becky's stuff.
Now, if you've got any suggestions, questions, or stories of your own Snaccidents, send those to snaccidentspodcast@gmail.com. Go snack yourself!
You can find us on all the regular socials, plus you can always check out our website at snaccidentspodcast.com for more.
And thank you all for listening.
Join us next episode for all new themes, all new snacks, and maybe a new
Snacklander! Keep it crunchy!